He's just talking.
Hey, speak for yourself. Look, this is House of Ways and Means. By any means necessary. All right, that's what means stands for. Malcolm X, brother Malcolm X.
Oh my gosh.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of House of Ways and Means. We just want to say Happy New Year's Eve. Enjoy your night, have fun, be safe, and we just wish you all the best going into 2019. Speaking of going into 2019, you got some resolutions you got going on?
Yeah,
We don't want to know about them. I just want to know, it's a yes or no question. So, I know this is the time when everybody decides, hey, I want to get right, I want to change this, I want to change that. Looking at the future, just trying to get to be your best version of yourself.
Yep.
So today, we want to talk a little bit about goals.
Okay, so I think one of the issues with resolutions is that we set these goals, but it's not really focused. There's no direction of where these goals are going to go. And so what happens is that the majority of them we don't even accomplish. So what do we need to do in order to accomplish these goals? We need to turn these goals into SMART goals. These are SMART goals. Many of you may have heard of them before. As a clinician, I've used them when I'm creating treatment plans for my clients. We need to get a sense of where we are, figure out what the problems are, and then turn that problem into a goal. So how do we do that? It's the acronym SMART. Can you say what that is?
For those of you who don't know how to spell, SMART is spelled S-M-A-R-T. S is for specific, M is for measurable, A is for attainable, R is for relevant, T is for time bound.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So, is there a goal that you have in mind that we can turn into a SMART goal?
Something that's important to me to do going into the new year is lowering debt.
Yes, that is a huge one. A lot of people want to lower debt and they have that very blanket statement type of goal or resolution that they'd like to accomplish. But let's kind of go through each letter in the acronym SMART so we can figure out exactly how we can turn this goal into a SMART goal.
All right, so S was specific. I
Right.
think that's a very specific goal, lower debt. This is easy.
It's not as easy as it looks. However, once you turn your goal into a SMART goal, it will actually become easy because it will be more focused. So you want your goal to be specific. What debt are you referring to?
Credit card debt, student loan debt, mortgage debt.
Okay, well, let's table the mortgage debt for now. Let's talk a little bit maybe about maybe the student loan debt, right? So let's focus specifically on that. So now the goal would read as, I want to lower my student loan debt. Do you see how that's become a little bit more specific just by adding that? As opposed to you want to lower all the debt over everything in your entire life? That could become overwhelming. You don't want to do that.
So by specifying, am I doing one in lieu of the others? I mean, I'm not trying to get the house repossessed or foreclosed on, get the car repossessed.
Well, the best thing to do is to turn all of your goals into SMART goals. If you need to break the debt down, as I just did, then you will create a SMART goal for your credit card debt, just as you would create a SMART goal for your education debt. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Because sometimes the things that you do for one, as far as how much you would pay on it and how frequently you would pay on it, may be a bit different than the way you would pay on something else. And so it's really important to break those things apart so you can be a little bit more focused with each specific type of debt. So let's move to the next one.
M was measurable.
Measurable. This is a really, really good thing to know. So in measuring your debt, we've identified that we're going to talk about student loan debt.
This is me rubbing the genie's lamp. I'm going to pay 100% of it off.
Okay.
That's measurable.
So you want to pay
This is easy.
You want to pay 100% of your debt off, yes. But it's also good to know how much debt you actually have. Let's say, for example, that the student loan debt you have totals $100,000. So now your SMART goal will read, I would like to eliminate my student loan debt of $100,000
In 2019.
in 2019. All right, let's move to the next letter. What does that mean?
A. Attainable.
Oh, good. Sometimes we create these goals that are very lofty, okay? As millennials, again, like we mentioned in the video, we like to dibble and dabble in everything and we have no specific focus. And so what that does, it just creates this aloof idea of a dream, of a goal that we'd like to accomplish, but it really doesn't really fine-tune the goal, it doesn't mold the goal. So you want your goal to be something that you can attain, right? So let's say you know that you make $50,000 a year, right? In order for you to be able to pay off a debt of $100,000, you realize immediately that your income is half of what your overall debt is. So now would it make sense that you would be really able to pay off $100,000 only making $50,000, not included taxes and things like that? It doesn't really seem that attainable, right?
I probably could if I cut back a little here, a little there, eat some beans and rice.
So you might be able to make some lifestyle changes that can diminish your expenses. But overall, you're not going to create $50,000 of income plus in order to pay off $100,000 of debt in a given year. One thing that you can do is add an additional income to your lifestyle. If it's feasible, do it. If it's not, maybe we should think about tweaking the ending of that goal. We stated originally 2019, but perhaps it might make more sense for you to complete this goal in 3 years, right? So let's do that. Let's say that we'll complete this goal in year 2021. Of course, if you can complete this goal prior to then, that's fine. But what you do want to do is have an attainable marker by which you can meet this goal. So now your goal would read as, I want to eliminate my student loan debt of $100,000 by 2021.
R is for relevant.
Well, so R can also mean reasonable, it can mean realistic, and so we're going to really focus on what you said, which is relevant. Whatever your goals are, it has to be relevant to whatever it is that you're doing. Obviously, you having debt is something that exists today. So it's something that you want to achieve as soon as possible. So this goal is already relevant. Another way that you can make it a little bit more relevant or more realistic or reasonable is by adding what you would like to do in order to reduce the debt. So you can turn your goal statement now into, I want to eliminate my student loan debt of $100,000 by 2021 by, and you can insert, reducing my expenses.
Selling drugs.
No.
It's another income.
It is another income, but we are not.
This is easy.
We are not promoting the selling of contraband, drugs, illegal weapons, any of that stuff. We're not for it. He's just talking.
Hey, speak for yourself. Look, this is a house of ways and means. By any means necessary. All right, that's what means stands for. Malcolm X, brother Malcolm X.
Oh my gosh. So we're not going to do any of that. But what you do want to do is sit down and think about how you can reasonably accomplish this goal. So think about your debts, think about your budget, think about ways that you can reduce your expenses. Perhaps you don't need to pay $300 in your cell phone bill for the next year. That's a huge expense. Maybe you can get Metro PCS where you pay $50 a month. Do what it is that you can do to reduce your expenses. Trust me, there is always something that you can do to reduce your expenses. What's the final letter means?
Final one is T, and that stands for time bound.
Yes, yes. So our goal, because we've been so specific, because we've measured the goal, we've done all these things to make the goal achievable. Would you say that our goal as it is time bound?
Yeah, we said 2021, so that's, I mean, if it's the end of 2021, that'll be 3 years, 2019, 2020, 2021.
Exactly. So you have a time frame that you're going to be focused on. So knowing that your debt is $100,000, right? How could you then eliminate $100,000 in 3 years? You have to divide the $100,000 of cash by 3 because you're actually trying to create the goal so that it's accomplished in 3 years, right? So by doing so, you have an idea of how much money you'll need to put into paying your student loan every year so that at the end of the 3-year period, you would have met your goal.
I need a better job, man. $33,000 a year. That's a lot of rice and beans I'll be eating.
It's a lot, yeah. So in all, we need to be sure that when we are creating goals for ourselves, that we really put some time into focusing our goals so that we could be purposeful in accomplishing our goals. If we aren't specific about our goals, if we don't make our goals measurable, if we don't make it something that can be attainable, if it's not something that's relevant and realistic and something that's time bound, we can find ourselves kind of scatterbrained all over the place, not being able to accomplish what it is that we really have set forth to accomplish. So I implore you that with a lot of the goals and resolutions that you come up with this year, that you make them a SMART goal, or you make your resolution a SMART resolution, and that is a sure way to get you to achieve what it is that you are trying to accomplish.
Well, a goal that we have for House of Ways and Means is to keep making new videos for you guys headed into 2019. So we made a few so far just to close out 2018, just to get a feel for it. So hopefully you guys found this material useful, and we got a lot of exciting content coming for you in 2019. So have a safe and happy new year once again, and keep making those SMART goals.